Great people, welcome back to Global Happenings today. We're so excited to have you again, still on the issue of Peter Obi alleged stinginess, as supposedly said by Mbaka, which has caused a lot of outbursts here and there. Now, guess what? Shockingly, the wife of the late Odumegu Ojukwu came out to say something amazing about Peter Obi, talking about Bianca. And she said that no apologies, please, on Peter Obi's supposed stinginess. And then she started narrating a story, which I want you to listen to it to the end, because this story is one of the amazing stories I have heard about a man like Peter Obi. I mean, having this guy as a president will be the best thing that will ever happen to Nigeria. And I tell you the truth, that it's going to bring about a 360 turnaround for our economy, for our nation. And I tell you that most people will be, and let me not say most people, every good minded Nigerian will smile at the end of the day. Now, let's read through the story. And then she started this way. She said, sometime in 2009, Mr. as he preferred to be addressed, Peter Obi, governor of Anambra State, at the time visited him, Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu, and myself at Dallas, Texas. He came to deliver a get well message from Dr. Goodluck Jonathan and was billed to attend a black tie event at the Dallas Marriott. Curiously, he flew into Dallas airport with one small carry-on luggage, which he insisted on wheeling around himself, and on getting to our residence requested to freshen up. He opened his carry-on, filled with flies and paperwork and a few toiletries and an extra shirt. When he came back and I asked if he was expecting another item of luggage, and he said no. Then what will you be wearing to the event tonight? We inquired. It was at that point that it struck him that he couldn't show up in his casual at such a ceremony. I insisted on taking him to the luxury men's emporium at Neiman Marcus to buy a smart black suit. When we got there, he was busy doing the dollar to naira currency conversion. The suit that was a perfect match for him was a damper Tom Ford suit with a price tag of $3,985 plus tax. He did the calculation and told me, do you know how many students this amount of money can train in Nigeria? I reminded him that he was the governor as well as the special guest, and for the caliber of guests expected at that event's occasion, including the mayor, senator, and captains of conglomerates, among others, he needed to be dressed in top form. To cut this story short, he refused to pay what he termed that outrageous price for the Tom Ford suit, and that was how we ended up at Steinmark, where he agreed to pay a more acceptable price, $220 tax inclusive, for a basic men's suit, which he was happy to wear to that evening's event. What struck me was that as we were on the way to the airport to see him off for his return flight back to Nigeria, he reached for his pocket where he brought out an envelope of crisp $100 bills. The amount in the envelope was 3,800. He said, Ayahu, this is the balance of the money I would have paid for the Ford suit. If the label on the suit was Peter Obi, I'm wondering if anybody in America will pay that amount for it. I have deducted the amount we paid for that suit we eventually bought. Please use this balance for your charity foundation to help those in actual need. I trust you will do so. We all laugh heartily. Vintage Peter Obi. The eventual beneficiaries of that largesse were Madame Teresa Agbo, a yam seller who became penniless and displaced when her yam shed was gutted by fire. Callistus Egbe, who was bedridden due to sickness or illness and needed help with the school fees of his young children, and Ngbemena family of six who were thrown out of their one-room accommodation, which we subsequently doubled to two rooms before their breadwinner fell upon hard times and could no longer afford the rent. In life, you either live by your creed or you desecrate the mold by which the Almighty created you. Any progressive nation measures an individual by his value, not by his vote. If this way of life in which is derided as stinginess on the part of Peter Obi, then we all need to adopt this mold for a more sustainable and more humane environment. Iyom Bianca Ojukwu, 16 June 2022. Oh my God, this is amazing. This man, Peter Obi, is one of a kind. Never seen a man like this based on the story told by the wife of late Odomegwu Ojukwu. This is really amazing. Going to a top class meeting like that where you are expected to dress with showcasing your sense of dressing. I mean, you need to dress with the best thing so that everybody will know you're representing the entirety of Nigeria. But instead of him going with one of the best suits that will call for an applause from everybody and everybody will see him to be this class of man, he refused, decided to condescend to a basic suit, which ordinarily some millionaires, or let me say some thousandaires, will not want to do that. And the amazing side of the whole thing is that he gave a reason why he would never do that. That this money that you want me to buy suit with can pay the school fees of many students. He made the woman to understand that if the tag on this suit was Peter Obi, the Americans would never want to buy it. That's why if you go to the United States of America and some top places, some time ago my auntie visited and I was shocked the kind of phone she was holding. Because expectation was that these people are coming from United States of America, they're going to be holding some bogus stuff and all of that. She was holding a very normal Android phone. And I was like, how about iPhone? He said, what's my business with iPhone? If I can make call and also browse with it, I said, I'm cool. But here in Nigeria, we are always out. Why? Because we have a mentality that the proof of my word is how much things I can buy and wear and hold. The value of a man must not be measured by how much he spent on things that are immaterial, but on how much value he can create. And this is one of the amazing stories. I think this will have to go viral. This particular info just have to go viral. And someone here says, the Queen has spoken, Peter Obi for president. Another person saying, hashtag Peter Obi for president 2023. Someone here said, I knew doing the dollar to Naira conversion was a good thing. I shall continue to do it. One of the things that can reset your brain when you go to such an environment is for you to do that dollar to Naira conversion, because that will kind of tell you that it's not worth it for you to spend this amount of stuff on frivolity. Just imagine who this guy is. He has touched lives. My colleague had already analyzed what he did some time ago when Baka was still complaining about it. He's not giving money and all of that. What's the project that I need to give money on? So he's this kind of guy who doesn't throw money around. If money must be thrown around, it must be on something that will meet the needs of the people, will change the lives of the people, and will create a value system that everyone at the end of the day will enjoy from. I mean, I don't know. This is one of this one alone will put this man at a pinnacle where every Nigerian need to be reasonable enough to vote him into power. He's one of the best guys. I think that this is the anointed one whom God wants to use to turn around Nigeria. Most people were expecting it was going to be Osibanjo. Unfortunately, it wasn't him. And that's why, just like Jesus, who was expected to be born, in a king's house, Herod was expecting, if any child must be born, who will salvage the nation, who will also bring restored back happiness to the human race, he should be in my house. But right in a manger was where he was born. Peter Obi is someone we least expected should behave the way he's behaving right now, because he's not a pastor. He's not carrying Bible on his head. So we don't expect him to behave this way. But shockingly, he may just be the anointed one who will change the narrative of the country. Nigerians, please, I want to use this opportunity to tell us to vote for this man. I'm not campaigning, but I'm just feeling, I'm feeling Nigeria transforming from what it is right now to something better that everyone will enjoy from. Let's stand by him. Let's bring him into power, because the man will never give shishi for anything. Because if the people want me, they will vote me in, and they will be shocked what I will do. That's just him. And we need to take advantage of this opportunity to tell those who have been plunging our finances and stealing from us that their time is up. And this is the time to transform Nigeria. I like to leave it there. Go